Hey guys, it's the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video of which roller coasters that should become RMCs. This is my personal opinion of what roller coasters should become RMCs, and some of these coasters are actually steel roller coasters that are really rough. Let's move on. Let's start with some Six Flags roller coasters. The first option, I think, for an RMC from Six Flags is the Roar at Six Flags America. Roar is an okay GCI. It's not a terrible one like the Wildcat, but not awesome like Lightning Racer. But this is a decent GCI, but the trains for it make it a bit rougher. I think if this was an RMC, I think it would be a great fit for Six Flags America if they turned it into the Joker again, like they did like at Discovery Kingdom, like a clone of it, kind of. My next option is Le Monster at La Ronde. Le Monster is a racing coaster, I believe, and it's very rough, and a lot of people don't really like it. I think if they made this an RMC racing roller coaster, I think it would be a great fit for La Ronde because they never have added a major coaster in years. My next option is the Georgia Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. The Georgia Cyclone is okay. It's kind of rough, though. Part of it is smoother, but part of it is very, very rough. I think if this Coney Island Cyclone replica was an RMC, I think it would be a great fit for Over Georgia and give them a very fun RMC wooden coaster. Alright, next option is kind of odd. The Comet at the Great Escape. Well, now the only reason why I'm saying this is because the Great Escape hasn't added a major roller coaster in so many years that I think they need an RMC to help the park and gain some popularity. And their only option is to RMC the Comet. Now for some Cedar Fair roller coasters. Now let's do some Cedar Fair roller coasters. My first option is the Mean Streak at Cedar Point. Mean Streak is a large wooden roller coaster. It's very rough and uncomfortable to a lot of people, and not too many people like it. The picture on the right here is an RMC of Mean Streak. I think this would be a great fit for Cedar Point. Plus, they don't have an RMC hybrid. Another option is the Wolverine Wildcat at Michigan's Adventure. Wolverine Wildcat I found to be super rough. Like, butter rough. Like, it was just so rough. I couldn't even enjoy it. Like, if Wolverine Wildcat was RMC'd, it would give Michigan's Adventure a decent top 3 with the Thunderhawk, this roller coaster, and Shivering Timbers, in my opinion. I think Wolverine Wildcat would be a great RMC at Michigan's Adventure. Plus, Michigan's Adventure has never added a coaster in years. It would bring so many guests to the park. My next option is the Wild Beast at Canada's Wonderland. Wild Beast is a good, not that good, but it's just an okay coaster. It's pretty rough and not as good as Mindbuster, but I think this would be a great RMC. My final Cedar Fair Park option would be the Hurler at King's Dominion. Hurler at King's Dominion is okay in the front row, but any other row, it's terrible, which is pretty weird, but yeah. The Hurler would be a lot better if it was RMC'd, and the airtime would be more insane. It would be a faster ride. The drop would be steeper. Let's move on to some other parks that need RMCs. So my first option is the Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. Gwazi is a GCI racing wooden roller coaster. Or was a GCI wooden racing coaster, but it is standing still but not operating, or SNBO for short. This is a good ride. Probably when it opened it was good, but now it's not operating because it got so rough. So I think if it was RMC'd, it would bring a ton of people to Busch Gardens Tampa and give them one of the best top 5s of any park. And my next option is the Wildcat at Hershey Park. This roller coaster is very rough and uncomfortable. The layout is awesome for this ride, but the smoothness of this ride kills the ride because it's so rough. I think if this was an RMC, it would help Hershey Park a lot and give them a great roller coaster and make their coaster collection better. And now for some steel coasters RMC should renovate with the Raptor track. This is the Raptor track right here. This track type is new by RMC, and I think it would help a lot of parks to give them more guests. So my first option is all Vekoma SLCs. I could imagine if RMC made an inverted roller coaster, or they renovated inverted coasters. I could imagine that, and if they renovated all the SLCs, I think that would bring so many people to all the parks with SLCs. My next option is the Ninja at Six Flags Over Georgia. Ninja has a decent layout, but a ton of people dislike this ride because it is so rough and your head is bashed around so much. I think if this was renovated by RMC with that Raptor track, I think it would be a great fit for Six Flags Over Georgia because they would have 2 RMCs. Next is another Ninja roller coaster, the Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis. I know I said in my decade plan that this coaster should be renovated by Chance Rides or Morgan, and make it very intense and very fun. But my other option would be to make it a steel looping coaster by RMC. If they made new track and made this a lot smoother and the inversions were a lot better, I think it would help Six Flags St. Louis a lot. Another option is the Anaconda at King's Dominion. I'd rather have this removed than Shockwave that was standing in 2015. But this coaster is very rough and uncomfortable, and no one likes it. I think if the RMC Raptor track was on Anaconda, I think King's Dominion would have a lot better of a roller coaster lineup with it. And another option I see are the Aerodynamics Corkscrew roller coasters. This includes the Corkscrew at Silverwood, the Corkscrew at Michigan's Adventure, and I think this would be a great fit for these parks to have their Aero Corkscrew models into RMCs. It would make the ride a whole lot better and a whole lot smoother because Corkscrew models by Aerodynamics are very rough. And my final option I see is the Corkscrew at Cedar Point. The Corkscrew at Cedar Point is okay. The inversions seem good, but this roller coaster is very rough and your head will be bashed around. I think if they renovated this ride, for its 50th anniversary, in 2026 maybe, I could imagine that. If they did that, Cedar Point could have, the first roller coaster with 3 inversions has returned. The new Corkscrew. Something like with the Revolution at Magic Mountain, where it was renovated. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.